Welcome to Jay and Chelle's Show and Tell podcast. We're here, everything is on the table except for politics. During this season, we will go over a variety of different topics that I'm sure you probably went through before, or maybe not. One thing's for sure, we will keep it fun, interesting, sexy, and most of all, we will keep it real. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to us. Your support is greatly appreciated. Let's get to it. Welcome to another show of Jay and Chelle's Show and Tell. How are you today, Michelle?
Doing great, Jay. How are you?
I am great. So today's situation, we are going to just jump into hypotheticals, right? We did plenty shows with different scenarios, what if this, what if that, as far as, being with someone. But we wanted to break down today's show with a couple hypothetical situations and what would you do? We kind of broke that down as a question on our social media, on Facebook, but I wanted to break it down for our audience so they can get a clear understanding of exactly what we mean by this particular question. So basically, the hypothetical question would be, you're going out on Friday night, right? Mm-hmm. Your partner is going out on Friday night. Now, both of you guys are going to an exclusive spot, right? And very nice romantic spot. But you guys don't even know where each other's going. You just know he's going out and you know that you're going out.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, you guys happen to be in the same place at the same time, but not with each other, okay? So, here's the question. So, after you guys see each other, do you just continue on with your particular date that you're on or the person that you're with? Now, keep in mind, he is with a woman, you are with the male, and you guys make contact. So do you guys make eye contact? So do you just continue this particular date or outing, whatever you want to call it, with the person that you're with, and then go home and never, ever speak of this situation to your partner? Or do you go home and you guys talk about it? What would you do in that situation, Michelle?
So I want to say how I think I would react in this situation and what I would actually do are probably completely different. I wasn't in a car accident. I was right behind a car in a left-hand turn lane, and it had a yellow arrow, and this car just turned right in front of and got T-boned. So I was the second car waiting to make that left. And this car just turned, and I would like to think that I'm the kind of person who immediately will call 911 or spring into action and go check to see if people are okay. And I actually sat there stunned for it felt like a minute or longer, but it was probably realistically 15 seconds or something, but I didn't do anything. I just sat there what was that person thinking? Why'd they turn? Did they see that car? So that's why when I say what I would do and what I would probably do might be different. And I really had to think about this situation because the assumption is that you're in a happy, committed relationship or marriage with this person that you are now going out with someone else. So, to me, I think have to further explain. It's not a troubled relationship. We're not about to get divorced or break up. What did I tell you I was doing? Did I say going out with a girlfriend, or did I say it was a guy friend? I think that kind of matters as well. What did you say you were doing, or what did your partner think you were doing that night? But yeah, definitely a pretty awkward situation to be in. And my initial reaction to it was, no, you don't say nothing. I may send a text and be like, WTF or something like that, but then I don't really have a whole lot of room to talk because I'm essentially doing the exact same thing. So, it might be more of that shock factor of, what do you do? You have a whole dinner apparently to think about it. My other reaction was, I think I would leave. I don't think I could sit there or would sit there But certainly there is something troubling that relationship, or in the people in it. So there definitely has to be a conversation. To me, it is definitely not a we never speak of this again type of deal, because there's clearly a problem that you're having, that you both went out and did this. You're both wrong.
Okay, so let me bring you right back into this particular situation, Michelle, because I'm gonna get some
I can't run away.
No, you can't run away. You can't. The person that you're with. Remember, this is a setting, right? Mm-hmm. This is a reservations type thing that whoever you are with, he reserved this. This is a special night probably for him. I don't know. So what I want when I say put you in a situation, put yourself in that particular situation. No, you can't just get up and leave. What would you tell him? What would be the reason that you would get up and leave? Hey, my man over there.
My husband's over in the corner.
My husband over there,
on a
my
date.
man over there, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So would you tell him that, and then the night is just up? Or do you just continue the night and then you handle it later at home, or you don't handle it later at home? What would you do?
I'm not the kind of person that could continue a date knowing you're on a date. There's just no way. I just couldn't do it. And I think just, again, I would be appalled that we both did it, that we're both doing something wrong that you should not be doing when you're in a relationship. I don't care, because clearly you lied about where you were going and who you're going with.
But you did too.
Exactly. No, I'm saying we both did. So there's, I can't sit there comfortably and just be like, oh, whatever, I'll deal with it later. I am just not that kind of person.
Right. That's and I can respect the type of person that you saying you are, and you wouldn't do this and do that. But listen, I'm gonna continue my goddamn dinner. I am gonna straight up order me a nice little filet mignon. I'm gonna enjoy the scenery. You know what I'm saying? So I may
How can you enjoy it? How can you enjoy that?
How could I not enjoy it? I mean, I see you. I see her. You guys are out. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I enjoy a nice dinner while I'm already here? Listen, I made reservations for this place. So why not enjoy it? I'm not going to mess up my night after I see you out with someone, right? I may handle the situation a little bit later, but in that particular moment, no, waiter, let me get another bottle.
Okay.
Let me get the steak medium well. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue my night, and then let's just see how it goes after that. Maybe I will handle it at home. Maybe I won't say anything at all. We'll see. That's just how I look at it, because at the end of the day, clearly something's wrong at home.
Yeah.
If I see you out with someone, you see me out with someone, and ironically we're at the same place for dinner, then something is clearly wrong. So that relationship was not all rosy and everything. Something is definitely wrong there. Now, maybe you don't know what's wrong. When I say you don't know what's wrong, meaning like if you are at dinner with a male, right? I'm at dinner with a female, but I haven't exactly told you how, let's just say, miserable I may be in a relationship, then how would you know? And if you didn't tell me, how would I know? But being a couple, you can somewhat almost sense it, but at the same time, we know there are situations where you don't sense anything and things come as a surprise, hence this dinner, Well,
yeah, you should be in tune with your partner and at least know if something is that blatantly wrong that you're going to do something like that. But again, you're both in the wrong and you're both doing something that you shouldn't be doing. But I feel like if you do have good communication in your relationship and you are, like I said, you can tell when something is wrong with your partner, you should be able to have known this could be coming. I don't think either person should be shocked in this scenario. Now, if I walked into the restaurant with some girlfriends and you're sitting there on a date, that's a different story. Because then it's maybe something that wasn't wrong with both of us. We're not both in the wrong, but definitely in the situation that we're talking about, we're both wrong. And there should have been some signals or some warning signs or something that one of us or both of us should have picked up on to know that this could happen.
Right. And there's a lot of different elements to this, right? I don't know who you're with. Is it a good friend? But then again, if it's a good friend, maybe I should know that good friend already, and vice versa. Is it someone that you're talking to about business? Is it someone I'm talking to about business? There's a lot of different elements in here, but let's just stick to the case of it's not about business, or it's not about a friend. This is someone else. It's that type of restaurant. So me personally, I definitely wouldn't talk about the dates when I got back home. I wouldn't talk about it at all. Now,
such a male answer though. Just like, oh, if I don't talk about it, it's not a problem.
Because here's the thing: what you end up doing is, oh, but you did this, but you did that, but you did this, you did that. That can go on like forever, 2-3 hours.
That's why it's a conversation of like, okay, we both effed up. We both did something we should not have done tonight. But we need to hash this out. Why did we do it? What are you missing? What am I missing? What do we need to work on together to either move forward in our relationship, or is this the end of it? Because clearly we both wanted to be out with someone else tonight. So that's why I'm not about to sit there and finish dinner or eat dinner, or I've probably going to sit there and guzzle a bunch of wine and freak out the whole time. So I'm not about to sit there and just enjoy a nice dinner. I couldn't do it. And the other thing is, and I think we could do a whole show on this, is opposite sex friends when you're in a relationship. Because I do think that when you are with somebody long term, you should know who their opposite sex friends are and at least have met them. I don't think it should be a situation like you said, like, oh, maybe that's one of my good guy friends or one of your good girlfriends. We would know who those people are. So I don't think that that's, yeah, you said it's we're clearly on dates and we shouldn't be. So
yeah,
but
for sure.
Still not about to finish dinner.
Yeah,
guzzle wine awkwardly. Yeah, freak out. That's my agenda.
I got you, but I'm eating.
I know you are.
I'm sorry. I'm going to eat. But yes, that's a hypothetical situation, and it's again, it's touchy because a lot of different elements could fall into place when it comes to this particular situation that we're talking about.
Well, and I want to disclaimer it with, at least I don't think this has happened to either one of us, right? This isn't something that happened. That's why it's hypothetical. We just thought it'd be a fun thing to break down and see the differences in how like a man or a woman would approach this type of situation.
Right. And if I really thought about it, I can it's easy to talk.
Jay is not sitting there and enjoying dinner. I can guarantee this. I can guarantee it.
It's so easy to talk about it when it hasn't happened. You know?
Exactly.
The whole restaurant could turn into like a Jerry Springer type situation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Where everybody really just flipping out. But again, if I didn't happen to flip out, I may flip out, and then I'm still going to eat my dinner. This is one thing you don't get about it. I'm still going to eat my dinner, but anyway. But that's just
to go box for me.
That's a hypothetical situation that we wanted to talk about. And that's just one of the questions. What other hypothetical situations did you come up with?
So actually, my hairdresser came up with it, so I can't even take credit for it. But I was telling her what we were going to do on the show today, and she's like, "Oh, I got one for you." And I think this, I don't know if it happened to her for sure. And it might have, because we were talking about the different things we would do if this happened. So instead of one of us doing something wrong, let's just say you are out with friends or out with your girl or whomever, and you see one of your very good friends, girlfriend, out on a date or with a guy, and they're looking pretty chummy. Like they're looking like this is more than just a male friend that she might have, or a colleague or a family member. This looks like they're out on a date. So you see your really good friend's girl. Last you heard, they were together, they were happy, things were going great. And you see her out at the same bar you're at, same restaurant you're at. What do you do? Okay.
So basically you're saying, and I just want to understand your question. My best friend, right?
Yep. Let's call him Delvin. Your best friend is Delvin.
I've never met a Delvin in my life, but however, I have a Delvin best friend right now. Okay, so Delvin's my good friend. His girlfriend is out with another male, and they're looking kind of close or whatever. And I
he's rubbing her back. Maybe he gave her a little kiss or something.
Okay, yeah. See, it's a long pause, right?
It is.
I am going to simply say, I'm going to simply say it's not my business. Listen, yes, Davin is a good friend. Do I know his girlfriend? Yes, I do. But at the same time, it's just not my business. And let me break down when I say it's not my business to run to Davin, tell him this or tell him that, whatever the case may be. It's because a lot of times when folks jump into other folks' business, right? Just off of something they seen or saw, that can have pretty huge consequences to it, right? Let's just say Dalvin and Dalvin and his girlfriend, they have kids, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna run to Dalvin and say, well, hey, I seen your girl out and she's looking kind of close to this particular person. And then what I did was basically I dropped some information off, right? And then now Dalvin and his girlfriend, they're in this huge predicament, right?
Kind of makes you a pot stirrer, right?
Yeah. They're in a huge predicament, right? Let's just say they break up. The kid is only 2 years old. A lot of times when you run back and tell someone else's business, it can affect the entire family. It can affect whoever's in that particular house.
Keep in mind, you didn't do something wrong in this situation, though. Dalvin's girl did.
Dalvin's
you
girl
didn't
did.
cause
Exactly.
this. She did, technically.
Exactly. But again, it's just not my business. If it's not affecting me personally when it comes to other folks' relationship, I just stay far away from it as I can. Because it's just not my business. Whether even if it was Dalvin out, I happen to see, I'm not. I stay away from it. It's just not my business.
Yeah, I get the guy code piece of it. If you saw Dalvin out, you clearly are not saying anything. But that's why I wanted to make it his girl, because
this is an audio business code, because this particular situation, I see the girl, so there's nothing about guy code right here.
No, I know.
That's not my business code. I just want to stay out of it, because again, just going back to the first hypothetical, if she's out with somebody, right? Clearly there may be a problem there, possibly. We don't know that. This is maybe something that Dalvin already knows. This is maybe Dalvin's out somewhere. We don't know this. So that's why I just literally would like to just stay away from it. We both know there's people out there that don't stay away from it. They feel that everybody's business is their business also.
Right.
I know folks that dipped into people's business, and then it just exploded that particular friendship, for one. Or why did you tell me that? If you never told me that, it can destroy the friendship. It can also destroy that household, depending on who those people are, or depending on the situation. So I've learned a long time ago, hey, that ain't my damn business on whatever y'all do,
Yeah, well, let me ask you this then. If it's not your business and you're not going to say anything, what if, and I have two what ifs. The first one is, what if Dalvin confides in you 2 weeks later and is like, hey, I think something's going on. Like, I think there's problems with me and, I don't know, what's her name? Rhonda. There's problems with me and Rhonda. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm really upset. I think she might be cheating on me. You still then do not say anything. You're just, not my business, not my place. Because your friend's happiness might be at stake here now, and his well-being.
I get that, but it's just still not my business. And I wouldn't say, hey, well, I saw her out, this and that, blah blah blah, and she was with somebody that they kind of looked, they kind of close or whatever. But if I don't know the entire situation, then I can't possibly just confront her, for one, or for two, call him up and say, well, hey, she's out with a guy I've never saw before. I have no clue. It's very touchy, this particular situation. But the safest way to not put yourself in this situation is to stay the hell out of the situation. Yeah. Even though I may have seen her, she didn't see me. So I mean, it's like I just act like I just didn't see her. And a lot of folks won't agree with me when I'm talking about this, but a lot of folks will. But I just believe that's just not my business.
Yeah. So what if she did see you, and a couple weeks later, days later, Dalvin calls you and is like, "The hell? Why didn't you say something? If you were out and you saw her out doing something she shouldn't have been doing."
So and she made eye contact with me. So and we just said
hello. Or she
hello.
just saw you.
Or she just saw me.
She just saw you.
So
maybe you didn't know she saw you.
Okay, so
now he knows and now he knows that and he's upset because you didn't say anything.
Okay, so but if this is my best friend, 9 times out of 10, Keisha, whatever her name is, right?
Yes. We'll
She may go home and say, "Hey, I saw Jay at the ball game. I said what up to him, and that was it. And maybe not even mention who she was with. You know what I'm saying? So is a lot of different ways this can go, but I still stick to the number one thing that I've always believed, and that's just it's not my business. So stay out of it.
Yeah.
I've seen too many wrecked relationships because of people running to someone saying what they thought they saw or running their mouths. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the way I roll when it comes to that.
Yeah. I get it.
So what would you do, Chelle?
Oh, I had lots of ideas. So did Taylor, my hairdresser. So we were kind of laughing about it because she is of the, I'm going to start recording and I'm going to FaceTime my friend and I'm doing all these things, like, going to just go crazy and like make sure that like he knows or she knows what he's doing. Cause now flip the situation. I'm out. And I see my girlfriend's dude out with somebody. And we'll still call him Delvin and Keisha for sake. But so she was like, I'm recording, I'm FaceTiming, I'm being like, oh my God, look at this. And, my initial reaction was that I would observe. I mean, maybe she's not, or maybe he's not doing anything wrong. Maybe they aren't on a date. Maybe they're not comfortable. And, so I would first just check out the situation. And then I know that I told you that I was like, oh, I'm going to make sure that Delvin sees me. Like, I'm going to make sure he sees me and he knows I'm friends with his girl. And to which he replied, you're not intimidating Delvin, which I know I'm not, most likely. But I think there is something to the fact that, like, I'm friends with his girlfriend or wife, and he sees me see him. Yeah, he sees me seeing him out with this chick. And I want him to, like, wonder, what will I do? Will he say something to me? Will he approach me and say, like, hey, keep your trap shut? Like, this isn't your business type of deal? Like, that's where I just don't know. But no, my initial reaction was not to try to get involved. I don't want to be involved in people's relationships like that either. I definitely do not. But I do think if you do know something's not right, I don't know that I could just say nothing. I don't know that I could absolutely say nothing, but I don't think I'm going to be the taking pictures, FaceTiming like person right out the gate. I would check out the situation first. Maybe go say hi to him, see how he reacts. I think that would put him in a very uncomfortable situation. And so maybe him just knowing I know to do something with that information. I don't know. Right.
So you want him to sweat
a little bit. Yeah. He's doing something he shouldn't be doing. I want him to sweat. I know, again, I'm not going to intimidate him. I get it. But yeah, I want him to sweat. Wonder what I'm going to do. What will my next move be? What will I say? Or will I say anything? So, and that's what I just don't know. I guess I couldn't say if I would definitely say something or not.
Right. So what if he went back home and told his girlfriend that he saw you?
Or maybe what I would do is be like, hey, Delvin, what's up? And look at the girl and be like, where's Keisha? Is she here tonight too?
Yes,
that is how I would do it. That is exactly what I would do. You're right. That is exactly what I would do. I don't see her. Where's Keisha?
That's exactly what you would do.
That is what I would do. You're right. That is what I would do.
Yes, that's exactly what you would do. And
look at the girl dead in the face.
You are not.
Keisha's prettier than you.
Listen, you are not the only woman that would go all out with the cameras and the recording and things like that. Men
would do it too. I think less men. You're right. Men are more going to take the opinion you're taking of like, not my business, don't want to be involved. Whatever he's doing or she's doing is up to her. I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah,
I would go there halfway.
Yeah, you're right. And there are some males out there that would take the female route as far as the recording and all that stuff too. So I get that. I just think that the percentage of women doing that is just much greater than guys. I don't know.
And it also does kind of depend on how close you are with that person. Like maybe they did break up a week or two ago and you just haven't talked and you don't know. So that's why the whole running to them and being like, oh my God, look what Keisha's doing. Isn't maybe the best move because you don't really know, and you really don't know what someone's going through in their relationships.
Yeah.
So
not my business code, like I said earlier, because until you know the full story.
It's Keisha here tonight too code.
Until you know the full story, then you have no idea. So you don't want to, shake that crib up and not knowing. A lot of best friends, we may not talk every day. We may not see each other every day. We may not even tell our business
Right.
to our best friend every day. So we have no clue of what that particular situation in that relationship is. And that's why I believe that's a bad idea, just to go and run and just go and tell.
Well, and in general, guys don't typically talk about their relationships, right? Like most women do, but I don't think guys talk about literally everything else: haircuts, basketball, cars, music.
Yeah, generally guys don't go into depth.
Maybe other women, but not their women.
That's true.
Busted.
So maybe some guys don't go into detail or in depth about their relationship till they're best friends, until that guy is at a certain limit where he just needs to talk to someone. Us as males, we tend to hold a lot of stuff in when it comes to our relationships, or if there's problems in our relationship. And usually once we hit to that peak, then that's when we sometimes will go and confide in our best friend and
Right.
let them know what's going on. So yeah, we just operate, when I say we, meaning male and female, when it comes to relationship, we just operate a little bit differently. But yes, I pictured you taking out the camera and recording.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Stuff,
I swear I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I would definitely make myself seen and talk about where's Keisha.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Mm-hmm. So,
but I don't think either of these are right or wrong answers, right? Like we're just thinking like hypothetically, what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I mean, bottom line, don't be doing stuff you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
I think.
and we're
in a relationship.
Exactly, and I was just going to go into that. These are hypothetical situations, and when I say hypothetical, I mean hypothetical. Now, not to say that this has never happened before.
I'm sure it's happened.
We don't know everyone. We don't know every situation. Things like this. I mean, I always say, hey, well, if you see it on your favorite chick flick, it probably happened before. I don't know. But at the end of the day, on both questions, as far as the very first one, I would just say be careful in your responses. I would say also, a lot of times we see something and we have this very, very quick reaction.
Right.
Sometimes that quick reaction could be just the wrong reaction. I would just say sit back, take a deep breath, think about exactly what you're about to do, who it may affect and how it may affect them, and then just make a wise decision from there on both situations. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's why I said step back and observe, see what actually might really be going on in that scenario. You don't know. Again, it could be a really close guy friend. Maybe he's going through some stuff, that she's out comforting him or something. So no, I definitely agree with that. Like observe, gather some info maybe. But also, I don't want my friends to get hurt. And I think there's that little bit of protective factor with women. We gotta stick together, gotta look out for each other.
Right.
So I think that's why, no one wants anyone to get hurt. I get it, but
no one wants anyone to get hurt, and sometimes you just got to step back and just let them handle their particular situation, because even when you do happen to tell them, that can also at the same time still hurt them.
True.
That's how I look at it. So listen, to the audience, let us know what you think when it comes to these particular situations. Leave a comment below after the show is done. Let us know if you've been into this type of situation before. Let us know what you did. We would definitely like to know what you did.
I would love to hear some real life stories. If either, I'm sure this has happened.
Oh yeah,
before.
for sure.
I would love to hear it.
Leave a comment after the video, of course. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to listen, we are on Spotify, Apple Music, Sounder, and also Google Podcasts. I'm sorry, Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts.
Good job, Jay.
And until next time, see you then.
Thank you.